Even the strongest of Hollywood couples have difficulty surviving the spotlight, but these couples may have been acting on and off our screens. Check out these celebrity relationships that were completely fake. Around the time Man of Steel came out in 2013, actor Henry Cavill started dating Kaley Cuoco. Their brief relationship had plenty of middle school PDA and visits to a popular LA farmers market where the paparazzi notoriously hang out. According to Cuoco, though, she just couldn't believe all the attention she was getting. She told Cosmopolitan, "I had no one following me until I met Superman. There had not been one paparazzi photo of me until like 7 months ago." Their highly publicized fling lasted only weeks, and adding fuel to the just for PR fire was the fact that Cuoco and Cavill were both represented by the same public relations firm. Sure, that's not so unusual in Hollywood, but Cuoco's faster-than-a-speeding-bullet approach to love is, considering she immediately moved on to tennis pro Ryan Sweeting and married him 3 months later. That union has since gone kaput, and Cuoco has already remarried. As of June 2018, her new hubby is professional equestrian Carl Cook, according to Women's Health. Reality mogul Kim Kardashian has become more and more of a mainstream celeb over the years, but there was a time when everything she did had a strong air of publicity stunt to it. There was perhaps no bigger example than her suspiciously brief marriage to basketball pro Kris Humphries. Not only was their wedding captured, of course, in a grand televised spectacle in August 2011, but the union hit the bricks just 72 days after the vows. According to People magazine, in a reaction statement after the divorce news broke, Humphries said, "I love my wife and am devastated to learn she filed for divorce." Sounds like at least one of them bought into the whole fairy tale wedding storyline. Kardashian, on the other hand, seemed to have the drama planned accordingly. With her marriage on the skids and all of it already captured on the yet-to-be-aired Season 6 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she told People magazine, "It will probably be the best season yet." Maybe the perpetual self-promoter was trying to make the best out of a bad situation, or maybe she married a guy on TV to boost her show's ratings and reportedly make $2 million on the whole thing.
So lame. Come on.
It's not.
This is lame.
Trust me, it's not.
This is not lame.
Action star Tom Cruise didn't even have to dent Oprah's couch for people to question his marriage to Katie Holmes, although his talk show tomfoolery certainly didn't help matters. Cruise and Holmes dated for just 2 months before he proposed at the top of the Eiffel Tower. But Cruise wasn't the only one prone to excessive displays of infatuation, which, let's be honest, are usually a cover-up for something. In a bizarre W magazine interview soon after their engagement, Holmes gushed, "Tom is the most incredible man. He's so generous and kind, and he helps so many people, and, he makes me laugh like I've never laughed, and he's a great friend." Tomcat split after 6 years, which some speculated was actually the term of a marriage contract that included bonuses for Holmes if she had more kids. Not exactly the kind of fairy tale romance we were supposed to believe. During their 3-year marriage, Michael Jackson and his dermatologist's nurse, Debbie Rowe, had 2 kids together. The marriage ended with her handing over full custodial rights in exchange for a Beverly Hills mansion and a huge chunk of change. Rowe actually told ABC News that she only wanted to bear the king of pop's children as a gift to him. In the hearings when Rowe relinquished custody of both kids, she also said, "I did it for him to become a father, not for me to become a mother. You earn the title parent. I have done absolutely nothing to earn that title." So she literally couldn't have been more open about this faux love affair. If she was basically just being paid as a surrogate, why go through the charade of getting married, right?
To try to prevent some of the taboo, if you have a child out of wedlock, the kids were going to have it hard enough as it was.
Coming off the heels of her ugly separation from Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston found herself conveniently in the arms of her co-star from The Breakup, Vince Vaughn, and just in time to promote their movie. Curiously, they took forever to confirm their relationship and somehow managed to keep a super low public profile despite being 2 of the biggest stars in the business. Long after the relationship ended, Vaughn told Playboy, "For me personally, and I think most well-known actors who are together feel this way, I never enjoyed the paparazzi side of it. You like someone and you're spending time with them, that's separate, and that was all fine." Not the most passionate description of dating Jennifer Aniston. They called it quits after a year, or in industry terms, just until the rental and DVD sales started to dip. Songstress Taylor Swift's reputation for ex-shaming in her lyrics is legendary, but perhaps Swift's most laughably transparent relationship was with actor Tom Hiddleston. According to The Atlantic, a lot of people speculated the whole thing was part of Hiddleston's attempt to raise his profile enough to be considered for the role of James Bond. Though their split after 3 months was said to be amicable, we're honestly shocked it didn't result in another Billboard heartbreak chart topper.
I was really worried for
mainly for him.
According to People magazine, Blac Chyna tried to trademark the name Angela Renee Kardashian to use while working in entertainment soon after she and Rob Kardashian hooked up. Then the duo quickly spun their romance into a reality show, so the whiff of shenanigans shrouding this love affair was strong.
Why are you yelling, you psycho? What's wrong with you?
Look, because it's aggravating.
After giving birth to their daughter, Chyna reportedly bolted from the house she and Kardashian lived in, only to chalk the whole thing up to her Instagram getting hacked. That brings us full circle to the absolute nightmare of abuse accusations and legal drama that marked their painfully awkward breakup.
I would like to first and foremost thank the judge for granting me this restraining order.
Real or fake, the whole thing made for drama that was the stuff of reality TV producers' dreams, which we feel like says it all. Was it a hot fling or just one giant internet troll? That's what people are still wondering about Drake and Jennifer Lopez's alleged hookup, which, according to People, reportedly lasted only a few months from late 2016 to early 2017. Later, when Lopez confirmed she was making music with Drake, people began to roll their eyes. Lopez continued to play coy through February 2017.
That moment, what was happening?
We were just hanging out.
I hang out with a lot of friends and we never hang out like that.
But by March 2017, she had apparently had enough.
Let me clear this up. I am not with Drake, okay? I'm not.
Yes!
So why did Lopez finally decide to put this rumor to bed? People reported that Lopez was linked to New York Yankees icon Alex Rodriguez, who she was still dating as of October 2018, the day after The Daily Show interview aired. Maybe it was because they always looked so miserable on the red carpet. Maybe it was because they were the stars of the biggest movie franchise in years. Whatever the case, tabloids speculated for years that Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson's relationship was nothing more than great PR for the uber-successful Twilight Saga movies. Pattinson laughed off the suggestion to the Washington Post in 2012, the year the franchise ended, saying, "My relationship with Stewart would be a terrible marketing tool, and it's not utilized very well at all."
Get into it to do movies. I mean, I've never been interested in trying to sell my personal life, and that's really the only reason people bring it up.
That same year, Stewart was caught cheating on Pattinson with her married Snow White and the Huntsman director Rupert Sanders, according to People magazine. Curiously, one of Pattinson's only public remarks about the infidelity was, "It happens, you know? It's just young people, it's normal, and honestly, who gives a Perhaps even more curiously, Stewart looked back on everything with even more dubious sentiment, telling T magazine in 2016, "People wanted me and Rob to be together so badly that our relationship was made into a product. It wasn't real life anymore, and that was gross to me." Of all the random celebrity hookups over the years, few have raised more eyebrows than Renee Zellweger and Kenny Chesney, who eloped suddenly in May 2005 only to divorce a few months later when Zellweger cited the now infamous fraud in her divorce papers. In a statement to People, Zellweger quickly clarified that, quote, "The term fraud as listed in the documentation is simply legal language and not a reflection of Kenny's character." Still, that didn't stop the tabloids from wondering whether that confirmed the rumors that Chesney was actually gay.
The only fraud that was committed was me thinking that I knew what it was like, that I really understood what it was like to be married, and I really did.
Speaking to The Advocate in 2016, Zellweger revealed that the gossip made her very upset for Chesney, saying, "It made me sad that somehow people were using that as a way to be cruel and calling someone gay as a pejorative, which has fateful consequences." And yet she also admitted she, quote, "forgot about that," reigniting speculation that the whole marriage was indeed a fraud. Young love can be complicated, especially when one person is coming to grips with their sexuality. Enter Lance Bass and Danielle Fishel. While the two dated for about a year, attended Fishel's prom together, and said "I love you" to each other, even Bass admitted their relationship became a sign that he needed to come out of the closet. Recalling his decision not to take Fishel's virginity on Valentine's Day because he didn't want to end up hurting her, Bass told Tyra Banks,
"Because I knew I was gay, and I knew, and to me, I loved her. As much as I knew what love was, this is what love was."
In a sea of depressing sham relationships, Bass's description of his love for Fishel makes this a rare bright spot. Even better, Bass, who came out as gay in 2006, remained close friends with Fishel.